let's move right into what we want to talk about. Outside, we was at a good opportunity to talk about the Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame. And a couple of our local guys we were talking about, Andre Johnson was one, who was just inducted. And then we was talking about Chad. And then Chad been retired a little bit, and he hasn't made the ballot yet to become a Hall of Famer. And it's interesting, the criteria. I think this is what should be considered when you think about the Hall of Fame. Character, how far-reaching and how much is your character an asset to the NFL and their brand? And also asset to the game. Your play, your stats, how is that helping the NFL brand? And then, of course, the play on the field. All that, when you look at that, I think that's what they consider. But with Chad, some of the character issues have hindered his Hall of Fame selection because he got good stats comparably to most of the wide receivers that are in the Hall of Fame already. Chad got 11,000 yards, 67 touchdowns, and averaging 14.4 yards a reception, which are some decent stats. And he only played 11 years. And you look at Andre Johnson, another Miami guy, just got in the Hall of Fame, 14,000 yards, 70 touchdowns, and 13 yards per reception.
So
it may be those character things that weigh too much on their decision with the Hall of Fame far as how it affects the brand. I think the stats are phenomenal.
Okay, so the character. So let's talk about character, right? So that Chad, he represents Dade County. Even looking at the stuff that he's doing now, I think his character is a NFL representation. That's just me. You understand? So I look at it like this: Dade County, we just different. His style of play and a lot of the stuff, I think that he was good for the game. And he actually made the NFL a lot of money because he was a draw.
And that's what the NFL is all about, entertainment.
Yeah, but
it goes deeper than that because, like you say, he did do all that. He did do that. But Chad also showed the NFL that he did not bow down to nobody. And that's okay because you're not supposed to bow down to no man.
Right.
But you work for an institution and they may not have appreciated some of the antics and some of the things he said, some of the things he may have did. But he did his job on the field.
I don't think he did nothing bad.
I don't think he did what?
Nah, I don't think he did nothing bad.
So what you think may be holding him up from the Hall of Fame?
I just think there's haters.
People hating on him. Areas where it counted.
But look,
you have haters, but if haters ain't making decisions, it don't matter.
Look, he's a natural. Now, he did have his off the field issues or whatever the case may be. It's a lot of NFL players that have those issues. I just think that Chad was good for the game. He was good for the NFL. A lot in the sense of people, he put butts in the seat. And then when you do that.
Especially playing in Cincinnati.
Exactly. When you put butts in the seats, people come to the games to see that. He was entertaining. And he was a natural.
He should be in the Hall of Fame. Now, I didn't.
Absolutely.
As far as how many years he's been out, opposed to how many years Andre Johnson been out, I didn't compare that and see if that was part of the reason why he was not. But he was gone longer than Andre Johnson. I think I know that.
Andre Johnson basically kept his nose clean. Andre Johnson didn't get into any scandals like off the field stuff. And Andre Johnson did what he had to do. He got those stats. Now, I was talking to somebody from the portal. I'm like, who represents that Dade County style of play between Chad and Andre Johnson? That Dade County style of play. We got to get that to Chad.
He was smaller, but quick feet. It was
natural.
Andre.
It was natural.
He wasn't as big as Andre.
No, he wasn't.
It was a bigger target, harder to tackle, different type of receiver.
Here's what I think. I think the coaches going into a game really game plan for both of these guys. But I think they really game plan for Chad.
I would want to have both of those type players on my team.
Yeah.
Because you need that Andre Johnson that, even though Chad had more yards per reception than Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson was faster, bigger, and had more reception yards. But he played a few more years longer than Chad.
Yeah. And if you think about it, Chad did all of what he did, right, at Cincinnati.
And that's where you got to give him a nod.
And how long?
He played at a team that has never been known to do nothing, unfortunately. But that's how it is.
So Chad from the city.
Yeah, both of them from here.
Both of them from Dade County.
Yep.
But Chad from the city. Chad from that Liberty City area.
We see him when we run into him. He's a cigar guy. We talk to him.
Yeah.
And I'll always be talking to him and saying what's up. He loves the Marshall 100. He is a tremendous fan. Matter of fact, he's an ambassador for FAMU. He is a representative of the university. So he loves the HBCU game. One of his dreams was to march in the 100 as a drum major.
Now, I'm going to say this, right? He is a Hall of Famer. So
we both agree.
He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he will get that nod.
We want him to get that nod because he put the time in. He did his job. He was all about making sure he did his job.
I can imagine.
Chad, we support you, and I would love to have you on the show. We know.
I can imagine what that Hall of Fame reception, what that speech going to be like, man.
Oh, it's going to be crazy.
I can see him at that podium, you know what I mean, giving that Hall of Fame speech. And I really believe that he's going to give one of the best speeches.
There's going to be some tears shed, that's for sure. Let's move on to the Olympics and talk a little bit about the Olympics. I know you haven't been watching it, but I watched it. What you been watching? You been able to watch something?
I've been watching it, man. Of course.
Okay, now I'm going to come back to that. Let me just go back to that other conversation we were having.
Which one?
About Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is the first male fighter in the 4-belt era to be undisputed in 2 weight divisions. He's the first in the 4-belt era, which is a wonderful thing. I watched that fight, and me and you talked about moving up in weight and these different things about weight. Mm-hmm. And to me, the weight is one thing, that still is enough. And we talked about it. Mm-hmm. Canelo was moving up and beat people till he got up to Dimitri Bivol, and he spanked him down. And now he realized, damn, I just can't move up in weight. One thing about Terrence Crawford, his skill is going to follow him at whatever weight he go to. Because it took him a little longer to download information. I would say that, Terrence. It took a little longer, but it seems like around the 10th, 11th, 12th, you really start to figure this guy out and was able to hit him a little bit more than before. That movement, oh man, we've talked about that. That movement that Israel had was aggravating me.
Yeah. That was a fight that we not used to seeing Terrence have. Like that fight. He's historically, it takes him a little longer to get going in these fights, right? Because he, like you say, he's downloading all that information, right? He's feeling the fighter out and so forth. But this particular fight, they went the distance.
Yeah. And 12 rounds. It's been 12 rounds. His last 11 fights were TKO.
So this particular fighter had a lot of head movement.
A lot of head movement. Very strong. Terrence did mention. Right. He's very strong.
So with all the head movement that this guy was doing, it frustrated me. I didn't watch the whole fight live. I think I watched it on YouTube, like 12 minutes or whatever. They went fast through the fight. I was a little frustrated because I'm so used to watching Terrence get all the information that he normally just dominate.
He was dominating all these fights that we showing now. Yeah. He was dominating. One of his toughest was Kavaliauskas. That was a tough fight for him because it took a little longer, and Kavaliauskas was hitting him with some real good shots.
But he knocked him out though, right?
He cleaned him up. It took a little longer. See, like they say with Floyd, 4 rounds, Terrence about 6 rounds. I figured the fight out, and then he is over with. But the thing that I always say why I don't compare nobody to Floyd because of his ring IQ and because what he does, he takes away whatever you have, your best thing he's taking.
Right.
You better have 1 or 2, 3 things that you can do. He took Pacquiao, he took Canelo, he took Hoyer, he took everything away from him. And that's one thing I don't see that Terrence does as well as Floyd is take away your best weapon. Because he kept getting hit with that right all night, and that was that kid's best weapon. Terrence, all the way to the 12th round, was getting hit with that. That wouldn't happen with Floyd.
Floyd not taking a lot of abuse.
He's not going to do it.
You know what I mean? So that's Floyd fight, period. Whereas
Terrence get hit more than Floyd.
Of course. Okay. But Terrence I feel like at this point in his career, he don't need to be trying to prove nothing.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, I guess he want to prove that he can take a punch.
Yeah, he hasn't learned.
He's just a very violent type of fighter.
He closed him.
He gonna trade punches with you.
Look how Gamboa hitting him. Now, that's
This
what I'm
is a
saying
smaller
about
fighter, though.
the rule of boxing, what Floyd learned a long time ago, is to hit and
not be hit. Yeah.
Terrence, Earl, and a lot of these young guys, I think Boots a little bit way he do it, but he just don't have the IQ and experience. Terrence still will try to trade. Now, he won't be able to do that with Canelo.
No, he won't.
He can't trade. Floyd knew that, and he stayed away from it, but he neutralized him. This kid here, if he would have allowed this kid to continue that right, was a problem.
I saw that he was getting caught with that right.
He caught him good times. I'm talking about wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, the thing about Crawford is he's not a southpaw. He's not left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his left hand is not his dominant hand. Like,
even though he can,
you a lefty. You a lefty, right?
My power shots.
You're not no fighter.
What they call me is ass whooper.
Ass whooper, but your ass will not be Clarissa. I keep trying to tell you that. But
yeah,
you will not be Clarissa.
No, I won't beat her.
Well, anyway, with Crawford, what I see him do, just fighting how he fight, and he can switch it up like that. I haven't seen many fighters that can do that.
I think he
fought that whole fight as a southpaw, but I did see some instances that he did change.
I should have switched and stayed away from that. That's where I give Floyd the nod over any fighter in the history of boxing.
Floyd make the fight his fight.
Yeah, he changed.
Yeah, and then Floyd just super fast. He's super fast, and yes, he do have that high IQ. Terrence got a high IQ as well.
I think Terrence may be more of a, once he smell blood, he really goes. Yeah. What Floyd used to as money man. But he got older. And we'll move on. I see him mirroring what Floyd did, but he waited a little too late. Floyd always told him to get out of that contract. He was always telling him, get yourself out of that contract and be more in control. He finally did it. Now he's picking his fights. Yeah. He's trying to go for the fight that gonna make money. He would have never said what you hear him saying now. He would have never said that 10 years ago. If you hear him talk about Boots Ennis and any fight that ain't making no money, he like this. No, he ain't with that. I'll fight anybody now. He not doing that.
He don't have to because he proves he changed up after he changed. I think he changed that mindset after he fought Errol.
And after he got out of that top rank,
okay,
he started to say, you know what? I better go for the fights that gonna make me some money. I ain't finna do this forever.
Now,
I gotta stack the paper. I gotta stack the bag up.
I saw Canelo. I think Canelo was on Shea, if I remember correctly. Canelo and I think Canelo, or whoever Canelo was talking to, Canelo said he get 80% of everything when he fight. In other words, if you go to the concession stand and buy a soda, he get 80% of that.
That's why I say Floyd changed the game.
Of course he did.
Because Floyd was the one revolutionized how much a fighter could make.
Yeah.
Well, he showed fighters how you go after the money. Once you winning, you go after the money.
He basically became a self-promoter.
Is the one who you got to fight. Since Floyd gone, if you want to make them 3 million, 4, 5, 6 million, you got to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Tank.
That's going to be a big payday. Because he got to fight.
Tank a cash
at this point.
And Canelo the cash cow.
Yeah. At this point, Canelo is the biggest draw.
Mexico up on him.
Yeah.
In the Latin America community.
That'd be a big payday for him.
And Floyd was the first to say, I fight people who got countries backing.
Yeah.
Because they was asking him, why you fighting Berto? And he say, he got Haiti behind him. He got a whole country that's supporting him. And he was giving him an opportunity to start making some of that money.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And ever since Berto fought Floyd, he hadn't fought no more. He made his money.
Yeah.
Everybody who fought, some of the toughest fighters, which I was waiting to see Maidana fight somebody. Oh, man, I was waiting. But nobody wanted none of that after he fought Floyd twice and made all that money and went on to build a ranch and got fat and just, he said, I'm done.
Yeah. So Maidana is how many fighters did Floyd fight twice?
That was
the only person.
Him and
Maidana and
Castillo.
Castillo.
He fought Castillo twice.
Now, I will say this, right? Now, Floyd fought a young Canelo.
Made him look young.
He did. Made him look young. He basically beat him.
After he destroyed Trump for that championship.
Yeah. Canelo
Floyd,
is the man, though.
Floyd said he had Mexico behind him. He was young and up and coming. And I was worried about that fight at first.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how smart Floyd was. He was not going to exchange with Canelo. He kept him on the outside. And he was popping him, man. You remember this fight?
Yeah, I remember this fight.
He made him look like Canelo was punching the ropes.
Exactly.
He was throwing punches that Floyd was like, hey, man.
But Canelo, if you watch Canelo fight now, Canelo got like that Philly shell type of style of fighting.
Believe it or not, Floyd be to his fights. And they be hugging and all that.
Yeah.
He learned a lot from Floyd. And he didn't want to admit it, but he learned a lot about the business and about straight up getting to it.
Yeah.
If you don't do what you're going to do in the first 4 rounds, Floyd, it's over. And that's why I won't put nobody in front of Floyd. I'm like how Bill Belichick is with Lawrence Taylor.
What you mean?
Bill Belichick say, I'd never put another linebacker. I can understand that. Even though I love Ray Lewis now.
Since we're moving into that.
No, we not. I tried to make comparisons and make.
But that's a good, but listen, that's a good comparison.
I tried to.
That's a good comparison. We talking about comparing Lawrence Taylor to Ray Lewis and that whole style of play.
Middle and outside. So it's hard.
Ray played middle and Lawrence played outside.
Faster, taller, and vicious. Don't get me wrong. I can't take none from Ray. Ray was vicious, and he was hell.
But the game had it. But
Lawrence Taylor,
is it safe to say that Ray Lewis played in a more advanced league?
Ray Lewis played in the league that Lawrence Taylor created.
Okay, so I get what you're saying. But we got to understand that the game gets better over time. You agree with that?
Better or
its skill set with these players.
Natural ability is different, but skill set,
nah, man.
It's hard to say another quarterback could be as smart as Peyton Manning. I don't see it.
Okay.
I find that another quarterback that can.
Wait a minute now. You talking about as smart as Peyton Manning now?
Peyton Manning
okay, so we can say Mahomes.
Peyton Manning knew everybody's position and responsibilities on defense and offense.
So you don't think Brady knew the same thing?
No, not like Peyton Manning.
So his football IQ was way more advanced.
Yeah.
Than
if you name those guys, I would not put no quarterback today with John Elway, Dan Marino, Peyton Manning, Roger Staubach, Troy Aikman. There's no quarterback that I put
you say Troy
IQ-wise. Troy Aikman was very smart.
All right.
Now, talent-wise is different. Michael Vick was talented, but he doesn't compare to quarterback IQs. He would have played longer if he had Peyton Manning's IQ.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? That's why I wish he would have went where Peyton Manning was. Tom Brady. I put Tom Brady with those guys. So you got talent. Joe Burrow, Allen, Buffalo, of course, Mahomes, Lamar. You got talent.
Who have the highest football IQ as a quarterback in this league right now?
Since you on that IQ as far as the league right now,
as
I'm
far as
go with
yeah, because he been here longer.
Aaron Rodgers, he learned under Brett Favre, and then that's another one. Brett Favre. If you start throwing out them quarterbacks from back day, Joe Montana, come on, man.
Okay, but listen, man, the game has progressed. Even in basketball,
more so as far
even in football,
talent-wise,
it has progressed. Okay, I get
these
that.
guys don't put the work in that those guys had to do, and they understood.
Okay, all right.
They put the work in. Because when Ray Lewis was doing it, Kuechly, they said Kuechly, who was the linebacker for the
Ravens,
for the Panthers.
Okay.
They said Kuechly was the smartest linebacker to ever play in the NFL. And you know why they say that?
What measured that?
He knew what everybody, when he saw a formation, offense, he knew exactly where the play was going. He wasn't the strongest, he wasn't the fastest, but he knew where he was supposed to be to disrupt the play.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying.
Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly. Nobody
That's his name.
studied like that to play linebacker no more. These young guys go out there with all that there, and you got to fuss at them to study.
Luke, is this guy a coach now?
Luke retired because he retired, but
Because that's the only thing that I think, okay, it's good to have a high football IQ, right? Everybody position, you play longer, you know what I'm saying?
You avoid a lot of injury.
I never played the position, right? But I think, I never played no organized sports, but I would think that you would set yourself up to basically go into coaching at some point.
If that's what you want to do, you got to have a passion for coaching.
Yeah.
I would not, if you—
Now, will Peyton Manning be a good coach? With his football IQ?
Hard. He gonna demand that, and that's what Magic had the problem with, because he wanted those players to be like him, and they not gonna be like that, because it's a generational thing now. I won't put none of the players. Somebody said, we'll keep on moving subjects, but somebody said that the Dream Team would get ripped to shreds by this team that's playing now in the Olympics.
I agree.
And I said, that dude don't know basketball.
Come on,
And
man.
you know,
who's in it?
Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce, who said that he was better than D. Wade. Hey, I like Paul Pierce, but he wasn't better. He wasn't the more of an impact. Now we changed the subjects all around.
So it's a guy on Facebook. I watched some of his stuff, and I think you know who I'm talking about. He actually compares, like he do this comparison of those teams of those years, like when Jordan was playing and stuff like that, right? And they skill set, right? Yeah. And he do this commentary, right? And then he be comparing the two. Now, I will say this, though. I think he's very accurate. I do think these guys have progressed. And I do think that if there was a way for you to put these guys with their skill set right now and play those guys back in time, the Dream Team, I do think with these guys' skill set, if you compare both skill sets, they will beat the Dream Team. I just think so. Now, I love the Dream Team. Now, also, when the Dream Team played in the Olympics, they didn't have many NBA players.
Basketball wasn't what it was worldwide.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, they got, I think I heard some number of 60 NBA players that's playing for other countries. The gap has closed.
But now, the biggest factor that I always say between then and now is heart. You would, Michael Jordan and the Dream Team, they would die on the field.
On the court.
They would die on the court playing against these young boys. They are not going to lose to them young boys.
What you mean they're not going to lose? They don't have a choice.
They are not going to lose.
They're going to get ran up and down the damn court.
What I told you. Now, we talking about the Dream Team in the prime and these young boys in their prime.
Okay.
I'm going to name three people you're not going to have an answer for.
Name them.
Magic, Jordan, and Pippen. Nobody on these teams going to be able to defend them. Okay. But they'll be able to defend them.
I see your point. You're talking about defense.
And then
you're talking about defense.
I didn't even mention Charles Barkley, who was the leading rebounder on the Dream Team.
Okay.
And scorer.
All right.
At 6'4".
Okay. So number one, they ass gonna get ran up and down the damn court.
I hope.
By these kids, by these youngsters.
Right? The same team. I'm talking about
Okay, these starting five right now. So we're talking about LeBron.
This Dream Team right now.
This team right now. Steph Curry, LeBron, of course. I think Jason Tatum, he's a starter now. Embiid. And who the fifth?
I think Drew Holiday.
I think
I saw him coming off the.
All right. So that five right there.
Okay.
They're gonna run Jordan. They're gonna run everybody up and down the damn court.
That's what you think.
They just running them up and down the court.
You think that. But now name that five from the Dream Team.
You name it. I name my five. You name your five.
Here go my five.
Okay. That actually played the Dream Team.
Magic Johnson.
Charles Barkley. Scottie Pippen.
Michael Jordan. The Admiral. David
Robinson. Okay.
I ain't even mentioned Karl Malone. I think Karl Malone started. You got Magic and John Stockton.
So the starting five of the 92 Dream Team, right? Versus
just pull up the
starting five.
Pull up the whole Dream Team roster
of current right now.
And put both rosters side by side.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about the matchup.
That's good. I did not think about David Robinson.
All right.
I did not.
When we come back on, I want both of them side by side.
Okay.
The full rosters.
Okay.
And then we'll look at it. We'll look at it.
You know what? See, the thing is this, right? We watch in real time both squads, right? So we can get a real assessment of it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, we have to take into consideration the skill set have advanced since those guys.
Them boys was loaded with skill.
I know they was loaded, bro. But the skills...
I didn't even mention Patrick Ewing, but I'll wait till he put it up there.
Bro, listen, the skill set has really advanced since then, man. You can't take nothing away from that, though.
They may be fast.
And they shoot more threes. You got better three-point players.
Because they opened up the game.
Everybody shoot threes right now.
If we play on Jordan rules, these boys would be on the bench saying, Coach, I can't go back in there.
Because of the fouls? Could they get beat up?
Because you can hand check. Kevin Durant, Tatum, all these boys that have to be able to play with Charles Barkley, Sean Kemp, all them boys that was physical, the Oakleys, all them boys from that era with that physicality.
They'll be crying.
LeBron will probably be leading the pack.
LeBron is a crybaby.
All right, so what we got here? What we got? What we got here?
So that's a team, right? That's a 92 team right there. Okay. Is that Gary Payton?
That's
right
the
there?
Squad,
Number one? That's Gary Payton. Oh, damn, we forgot about Anthony Hart. That's 96.
No, we need
92.
They tried, we need the dream team.
That was the second dream team right there.
They was decent now. They was tight.
Yeah. Oh, and damn, we got Bird too. Damn, I forgot about Bird. But hold on now. Bird was the only 3-point shooter on that team.
All of them shoot.
Not no 3-point shooters, bro.
They had Chris Mullin too, just so you don't know.
I know who Chris Mullin is, bro. I used to play with Chris Mullin. That was my Sega Genesis. That was my guy right there.
Can you put them side by side?
That was the first one.
All right, we gonna Is
that Danny Ainge? No, that's Christian Laettner.
He didn't play.
That's Christian Laettner.
Magic Johnson said, we don't want it.
Okay. And that's Chuck Daly as the coach right there. All right. So this is 92. So we got that's
Clyde the Glide.
No, the white boy right there. That's John Stockton. He was the passer, right?
Distributor, Chris Mullin. Him and Magic.
Yeah. Who was the starters on this team? Not coming off the bench. I don't even think Scottie Pippen started. I don't think
he was a starter.
He was a starter. So these are three right here. So we got Jordan I think Jordan was the one. Magic was
the one.
Magic was the one
he
on
was
the team? Okay, so Magic the one.
Jordan was shooting guard.
Jordan shoot two.
Larry Small four.
Larry Small four.
/ another shooting four.
Okay, who was the other two? So we got the center. So
Charles Barkley was also starting.
So Charles Barkley started. Charles would have moved over to the power forward.
Wait, I might be wrong because Scottie Pippen, Dream Team roster, there you go right there. They got the starting five. That might be the bottom five. No, because Jordan at the top. They mixed up that thing. It was interchangeable, man. It didn't matter.
We know those three that we just looked at, those three was the starters.
They even put Christian Laettner in there sometimes.
Okay, just put it in a search.
If you could put the
starting five. 92 Dream Team starting five.
And then we'll put this team starting five.
Pippen, Bird, Mullin, Robinson, Ewing, Malone, and Barkley? No, that ain't right. They started Jordan in every game, and Johnson started it.
See that Jordan, that shooting guard, Ewing at center, Karl Malone
right there,
forward,
right there.
And Pippen. So that's probably was starting. John Magic, Jordan, Ewing, Karl Malone, and Pippen.
So Daly started Jordan in every game, and Johnson started in 5 of the 6 games. Okay, so we say Jordan, Magic, those are 2. Then, Ewing at center, Malone and Barkley. And no, Bird, I'm sure Bird was a starter too, right?
Malone and Pippen.
Because Bird, I don't think
Bird had started. He was hurt. His back was bothering him, so he wasn't starting all the time.
So the very first Dream Team game, who was the starters?
But it rotated like that. See that right there?
Pippen,
with
Bird,
Magic
Mullin, Robinson,
Pippen, Bird,
Malone, and
Robinson,
Barkley.
Ewing, Malone. They rotated in the other, and they always rotate in. But Mullin wasn't starting.
Okay.
But he'll come off the bench.
Okay.
But if he could put the names of the Dream Team and then the names of this team here, and we look at them and challenge.
Okay.
and then we'll jump on to the Olympics.
Yeah, we might as well go to the Olympics. Bring that back up, Vic. Bring my cameras up there.
And then we just come in and do a segment on that. Since you believe that these boys beat them, and I'm going to show you what.
Listen,
Are you there?
I just think that they'll run their ass off of the court,
Look
bro.
here, man. Michael Jordan.
I think Jordan will probably be the one guy
And Magic Johnson.
that can match up with these
Who
kids
gonna
got
play
right
Magic
now.
Johnson? Who could check
Magic ain't doing
on
nothing.
these team?
Okay, so I would say who got a similar skill set that Magic got would be Jason Tatum. I'm talking about a tall kid. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you, man. Think about this, right? When I watch Jason Tatum play, I watch him go to the board. He's going to go and get those.
Do you know Magic Johnson?
No, I don't know who that is.
I see that.
Tell me who.
You don't know that.
Magic is going to get them too. Magic going to pass the
Magic
ball.
gonna make
The
sure
difference is,
everybody's in that game.
of course he is.
Man,
I'm talking about going to the board, man.
What's
I'm
Jason?
talking about going to the board, man. I'm
What's
talking about
Jason Tatum nickname. Okay. Chief Hall Podcast. There's been talk all over the internet talking about the dream team compared to today's team right now, what we got in the Olympics right now. And me and Rob been having some good conversation about it. And that's what humans do. Now, it's impossible to really see what the outcome would be. But if we take this side by side and look at it for what it's worth, maybe it'll give you some insight. Let's look at the dream team and this team and see what you come at. Chief Hall Podcast, right at you. All right, let's put that up on the screen. The starting five of the dream team and the starting five. Here we go. The dream team, at least all of them went 3 years in college under phenomenal coaches. So the dream team's IQ alone will surpass these young brothers here. Steph Curry played, I think, 3 years. Booker won. Anthony Davis won. LeBron didn't even play college. And then KD did, I believe, won as well. So basketball IQ is off the charts for the 92 Dream Team. I'm going to let you go ahead on and work on that.
all that was
IQ-wise.
so good. Man, come on, man.
Now, get your matchups.
Okay, all right.
Neither one has a true center. Neither team
I would say
center for them and B for them.
number one.
No, they
is-
don't even have a true center.
Actually, I don't think this is the starting five, the starters right
That's
here.
the starting five for this team. Yeah.
No, because Embiid
Embiid is a
starter,
starter. Yeah.
and KD will come off the bench, right? But we're going to go with this. I think that, so let's go with what I'm saying here. All right. So now, this team right here, like you said, there is no true center on the 92 team. Just
There
look
is.
I'm talking about looking at
Oh,
this
this right
photo.
here, yeah.
So now, I think this team right here would match up better with the new team right here, the
Okay, we
current
got it.
team.
Look at the heights.
I don't give a damn about the heights. I think that team, that young team, is a much better team
Okay.
because the skill set has advanced by now.
Okay. Okay.
These kids are shooting way more threes.
That don't mean
Right.
skill set.
Let,
Okay.
let me finish. They're shooting way more 3-pointers, right? And they're going to run these guys up and down the damn court. Their ass is going to be tired. Larry Bird cannot keep up with this team. Magic could not keep up with that team. Up and down the court, up and down the court, up and down the court.
If they had to play in 92. under
With the same skill set they got right now.
Yeah.
Basically, we take this team right here and we time travel back to 1992. We're going to take this team right here. Everybody, they're going to get in this portal and they're going to time travel back to 1992. And what you telling me is that this team currently, that time travel back to that time, will not beat Jordan them.
I give them one game.
You is out your mind.
Now, I already
Out
told you.
of your mind.
IQ-wise,
Damn
I'm
all that
going with the
IQ
dream
shit.
team. I'm going with the dream team. Basketball, know-how, all that, I'm going with the dream team. Best player to ever play, I'm going to the dream team. They got 3 of them at every position. They got the best point guard that ever played. They got the best number 2 guard that ever played. and they got one of the best power forwards that ever played.
Yeah.
And they got true centers. What they gonna do when you put Patrick Ewing in there and B want to go out there and shoot jumpers and all this kind of stuff? What they gonna do when you put the Admiral in there? And because they're gonna have to switch out the team. Anthony Davis, they ain't got no answer for Charles Barkley. They don't have no answer for Michael Jordan. They don't have no answer for Scottie Pippen. But they got all the answers for them.
First of all, they gonna run their ass.
Steph Curry ain't gonna be doing all that shooting and making all them shots. Look what he's doing in the Olympics now. He ain't making all them shots. He off. They defense was way better than this defense. I'm looking at this team now and I'm saying, where
he
is
ain't
the
playing?
defense?
Who? What are you talking about, bro? That 92 team
Didn't allow that monkey drama.
Bro, listen, man. This 92 team right here
Yes, sir.
that we talking about. First of all, the skill set, we just talked about this. This team right now, I think is about, I could be wrong. I think it's see some odd NBA players that this team got to play against.
Yeah, got it.
You understand what I'm saying? I think it was maybe like 6 under 10
For sure.
when Magic
For sure.
Man was playing.
For sure.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Basketball is different now.
exactly,
Yeah.
bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And
I understand.
today's basketball is not positional. That basketball back then was positional.
But they got to play with the old school group.
Okay.
So which means LeBron ain't going to be handling the ball like he do. That means KD
we talking
ain't going
about
to be handling the ball.
rules.
No, they're going to have to go back to 92. If you
We
was
talking about
if you was
the
a forward,
rules.
look, Charles Barkley and them handled the ball very little. They wasn't handling like LeBron bringing the ball down and all that. So Booker, you can scratch him out. He ain't going to be doing nothing against them old school. Curry, he might try to get some shots off, but he can't defend nobody.
So we'll take Booker out and put Jason.
Tatum
All right.
in there. He better defend. But
Yeah.
who going to defend?
They don't have to defend nobody, bro.
Who they going to defend?
They really don't have to defend
We
nobody
talking
because they're
about-
going to be running up and down the court. They ass going to be tired.
They half-court masters. The Dream Team half-court masters. These boys struggle in half-court offenses. You better
That's
run them.
because they
Better
are
struggling right now, but now they struggling right now in half-court offenses. The Dream Team had no struggles.
man.
You crazy as hell, man.
We talking about in the Olympics, man. They came in 92 and they wiped everybody out.
Yeah.
Bro,